Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
Hi, everyone. My name is Catherine, and today we have an elementary level lesson for you.
That's right. Today we are dealing with a house that is filled with different types of bugs.
Ew, bugs. Well, it's summertime, so it's not that uncommon, but not a pleasant thing to deal with.
That's right. So we're going to call an exterminator. So you might be asking yourself what that is, but before we explain, why don't you listen to the dialogue for the first time?
Hi, did you call for an exterminator?
Yes, thank goodness you're here. These bugs are driving us crazy.
What sort of pests are we dealing with?
We just bought this house and it is infected with just about everything. We have termites in the wood, cockroaches all over the place, and last night I saw a huge rat out in the backyard.
Well, there's nothing that we can't handle. I'll spray the floorboards and walls to get rid of the cockroaches, but the termites will be harder to get rid of. We will have to cover the entire house and fumigate it. Unfortunately, that means you will have to find a place to stay for the next 3 days.
No problem. Just get rid of the bugs.
All right, we're back. So now we have 6 keywords that we've chosen out for you. Let's take a look at those now on Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Well, Marco, you've already told our users the very first word. That would be exterminator. What is an exterminator? It's a person, right?
That's right. It's a person that has the job to exterminate or to delete or eliminate different types of bugs or pests.
So an exterminator's job is to kill bugs.
That's right.
And usually an exterminator comes to your home or your office to do this, right?
That's right. So maybe in your house you have a lot of different types of bugs. Maybe you have, spiders. So an exterminator will come and he will try to get rid of the spiders.
Great. So an exterminator, in a general sense, gets rid of pests. And pest is our next word.
That's right, a pest. Now, we're talking about bugs, and they can be considered a sort of pest.
Well, pest, though, is a more general term, right? So you can say pest about something like rats or mice.
That's right. So basically, some type of animal that is very annoying and also causes some sort of harm or danger.
Right, so there was a movie, if I remember correctly, in the 1990s. It was terrible, and it was called The Pest.
Yeah, that's right.
And it's all about this person who is very annoying. So you can even say an annoying person or a bothersome person is a pest.
That's right. You're such a pest. Okay, so obviously our home is filled with bugs, and that's what the person said, that it is infested.
Okay, so a place, like an office building, or like you said, Marco, a home, is infested if it is filled with something. And so infested means it's filled with something bad.
That's right. So in this case, the house is infested with bugs.
They're living upstairs, downstairs, in the basement, in the kitchen. They're everywhere.
That's right. And she said that they have termites in the wood.
All right, so termites are a special kind of bug that almost always live in wood, right?
That's right. They're little bugs that I think eat the wood. And this is why they're so dangerous, because they make the house weak, because they eat off all the wood that supports it.
So we can say the house fell down because it was infested with termites.
That's right, termites. And also we have a very common pest or a bug. We have cockroaches.
Ugh, I hate these, and they're everywhere this summer. Cockroaches come in different sizes. Some are big, some are small, but they're very, very strong bugs. They can live through anything.
That's right. They're small, usually brown, but sometimes I think you can see black cockroaches.
That's right. And they love to be near food and decaying things like garbage bins.
That's right. So a very common type of pest, cockroach. And in order to get rid of termites and cockroaches and all these types of bugs, we have to fumigate the house.
Okay, so this is one method that the exterminator uses to kill bugs. And like in the dialogue, when you fumigate a house, basically you fill the house with fumes or gases that kill bugs. So people, like you and me, we can't be in the house when that happens, right?
That's right. Actually, if you see an exterminator, he will always fumigate wearing a mask so he doesn't inhale those poisonous gas.
Right. So it's very dangerous for people, and you'll have to make sure you talk to your exterminator to make sure that the gases he's using aren't getting into your body.
That's right. Okay, so why don't we listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back in a bit.
Hi, did you call for an exterminator?
Yes, thank goodness you're here. These bugs are driving us crazy.
What sort of pests are we dealing with?
We just bought this house, and it is infected with just about everything. We have termites in the wood, cockroaches all over the place, and last night I saw a huge rat out in the backyard.
Well, there's nothing that we can't handle. I'll spray the floorboards and walls to get rid of the cockroaches, but the termites will be harder to get rid of. We will have to cover the entire house and fumigate it. Unfortunately, that means you will have to find a place to stay for the next 3 days.
No problem. Just get rid of the bugs.
All right, so now we've chosen 3 key phrases for you on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Well, this first phrase comes from the very beginning of today's dialogue. The second person in the dialogue says, these bugs are driving us crazy. So to drive someone crazy.
Okay, so if you're driving someone crazy, it means that you're making them crazy.
All right, so it could be you're making them angry or you're making them frustrated, but it has nothing to do with cars, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no driving involved.
So driving here means making. You're making me crazy. You're really making me frustrated.
That's right. So in this case, the animals, the bugs were driving them crazy. They were so annoying that they were very irritated.
So I could do something, Marco, that will drive you crazy. I could tap, 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 tap.
That's right. That's driving me crazy.
Doesn't it annoy you?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll stop so it doesn't drive you crazy anymore.
That's right. Okay. So now, obviously, bugs are driving them crazy. And she went on to explain that it's because the house is infested with just about everything.
Well, this is a great phrase because we can say it in a lot of different contexts. In this context, it means there is not everything, every single bug in the house, but just about everything. That means almost every bug you can think of is in this house.
That's right. So it's kind of a way of exaggerating also, because obviously, well, they have cockroaches, they have termites, but they're saying we have a lot of different types of bugs. We have just about everything that you can imagine.
You could even say, this restaurant has just about every Chinese dish you could ever think of. Mm-hmm. That's not true. It doesn't have every single one, but it has a lot.
That's right. Okay, so that's the way that you use just about everything. And for our final phrase, we used it a little bit earlier on. Let's explain it a little bit. When we're talking about bugs, we want to get rid of bugs. This is why we call the exterminator, to get rid of the cockroaches.
You might hear this phrase a lot when you're watching movies about gangsters or mobsters like The Sopranos, the TV show. Get rid of him, right? So this is a phrase that means, in this case, to kill something or to kill someone, to get rid of it, to get rid of him.
To not have it anymore.
Right. So rid means to get away or to throw away. Mm-hmm. But in this case, you're not just throwing it away, you're killing these bugs.
That's right. So we want to get rid of the bugs. Now, obviously, as you said, we can also throw away. For example, these shoes are too old. I'm going to get rid of them.
Or, hey, Marco, this milk smells funny. Can you get rid of it?
Mm-hmm. Very good. So that's the way that you would use that phrase, to get rid of something. So why don't we listen to our dialogue for the very last time, and we're back to talk a little bit more.
Hi, did you call for an exterminator?
Yes, thank goodness you're here. These bugs are driving us crazy.
What sort of pests are we dealing with?
We just bought this house, and it is infected with just about everything. We have termites in the wood, cockroaches all over the place, and last night I saw a huge rat out in the backyard.
Well, there's nothing that we can't handle. I'll spray the floorboards and walls to get rid of the cockroaches, but the termites will be harder to get rid of. We will have to cover the entire house and fumigate it. Unfortunately, that means you will have to find a place to stay for the next 3 days.
No problem. Just get rid of the bugs.
So bugs. Everyone loves bugs, right?
I don't know. I'm actually okay with termites or, for example, cockroaches. They're a little bit weird, but I actually really dislike spiders.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're okay with cockroaches, but spiders make you nervous.
Yeah, spiders are...
Well, the thing is, the spiders can actually hurt you.
That's right.
And cockroaches generally cannot. They're gross. They're dirty.
Mm-hmm.
But spiders, there are very, very many kinds of dangerous spiders out there that are poisonous.
That's right. So, for example, termites, nothing's going to happen. Or cockroaches,
Well,
they're nasty.
not unless your house, is weakened by hundreds of millions of termites.
That's right. But, for example, I think other people have, snakes sometimes as pests. Because they live in areas that have a lot of snakes or mice. Because snakes are attracted by mice.
That's right. So some people keep cats for that reason. They want the cats, especially on farms, the cats to catch the mice or to scare the snakes away. But I don't really have a problem with snakes or spiders, but I do have a problem with scorpions.
Oh, scorpions.
If you live close to a desert or a very dry area, scorpions, they really scare me.
I've seen on, I think, Discovery Channel that in Australia they're very common. And so not only scorpions, but also spiders. So whenever you put your shoes on, you have to check that there's nothing in it.
That's right. Also, shower drains. Where the water goes down the hole in the shower. Oftentimes, you get things like scorpions in the desert areas that come out of the drains.
Really? Oh wow, that looks like something from a horror movie or something.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you're in the shower and there's pests coming out of the
that's
drains.
nasty.
Terrifying.
All right, so a lot of different types of kind of scary bugs and pests, but we would like to know if you've ever had an infestation in your home, or what pests are you afraid of?
So let us know. Our website is englishpod.com. We hope to see you there.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A professional who kills pests. Exterminator. An annoying and harmful insect or animal. Pest. To spray with smoke or other chemicals. Fumigate. Not be able to deal with. Can't handle. Simply. Just.
Let's try that faster.
Simply. Just. An annoying and harmful insect or animal. Pest. A professional who kills pests. Exterminator. To spray with smoke or other chemicals. Fumigate. Not be able to deal with. Can't handle.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Exterminator. Can I get an exterminator to get rid of the wasps in our yard? Exterminator. I need to call an exterminator to take care of our termite problem. Exterminator. The exterminator came and sprayed the entire house, so it should be bug-free now. Pest. Our house is infested with all sorts of pests. It's horrible. Pest. Mosquitoes, termites, cockroaches, rats, and fleas are all considered pests. Pest. He's a pest. He annoys everyone he comes in contact with. Fumigate. If you have cockroaches in your home, you should fumigate it. Fumigate. You shouldn't stay in your apartment when you fumigate it. It's bad for your health. Fumigate. She's staying with us for a few days because the exterminator is fumigating her house. Can't handle. There is a large workload. I can't handle it. Can't handle. He's really good at fixing computers. No matter how complicated the problem is, there's nothing he can't handle. Can't handle. I can't handle any more criticism. Just. I don't care what you have to do. Just take care of the problem. Just. Stop making excuses and just finish your work. Just. When you're done, you can just leave everything on the table, and I'll clean it up.
Hello, English learners. Welcome back to English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be bringing you the second part of our job interview series.
That's right. So this is an advanced lesson, and we're going to be talking about educational background and experience.
Right. So in the first part, we saw preparing for a job interview. Now we are at the job interview, and we're just going to be talking about your educational background and your job experience.
That's right. And the language we're going to learn is going to focus mostly on these two areas.
Okay, perfect. So let's take a look at some of the difficult words before we listen to the dialogue in Vocabulary Preview.
Vocabulary Preview.
All right, so we're going to talk about a few common words that have to do with education. Now, the first word, I think we might know this one, but there's a little trick to it. So the first one is major.
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 So, yeah, I guess everyone knows what a major is, right?
Yeah, it's the main subject that you study in university.
Right. So you can study business as a major or
History.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but you can also use it as a verb, right?
That's right. I majored in history.
Majored in. So usually it's followed by the preposition in.
Yes, always, in fact. When
Okay.
used as a verb, I majored in science.
I majored in business.
Yes.
Okay, so you can say my major is business administration or history, or you can say I majored in business.
Yeah, and the same pattern applies to minor.
Okay, so minor, this is really interesting because this is more common in English-speaking countries, right?
That's right.
So what exactly is a minor?
Well, just like your major, but smaller.
Okay.
So if you major in history, maybe 60% of your classes are in history, and you minor in French, maybe 30 or 40% of your classes are in French.
So basically, you can have two subjects in your degree. You can have a major in business with a minor in art.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
All right, and another two simple words, a bachelor's degree.
Bachelor's degree, okay.
A bachelor's degree is what you get after going to university for 4 years.
Okay, so a bachelor's degree, after 4 years, you get that.
Yep.
After that, you get a master's degree.
Right. So that's another 2 years after your bachelor's degree.
Okay, and I guess a master's is more focused on an area, right?
Yes, more specialized.
More specialized. And then the highest degree you can get is a PhD,
Exactly.
which is a philosophy doctorate, right?
Uh-huh.
But you're not actually getting a degree in philosophy.
No, it could be in international relations.
Okay. But this is really hard to get. You
Yeah.
have to go to school for another 5 or 6 years, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of research, and not many people have it.
Yeah. Anyway, some simple words, but you know what? It's quite unique to the English-speaking world, this system. So we thought we'd bring it to you now.
Right, perfect. So now let's listen to this guy who is at an interview, and he's going to be talking about his education and work experience.
Thanks for coming in today. Did you have any trouble finding us? Please, take a seat.
Thank you.
So, let's get started. Tell me a bit about your educational background.
Sure. Well, I graduated with honors from Chesterton University with a major in business administration, with a specialization in information management, and I minored in psychology. I chose this course of study for two reasons. I wanted to gain some practical, marketable skills, which the information management track provided, and I also feel that the interpersonal skills are essential for professional success, hence the minor in psychology.
Interesting. And your postgraduate studies?
Well, I am really passionate about consumer behavior, so I pursued a master's in that area. I also strive to keep my professional skills current, so I continuously attend seminars and conferences related to management and customer service.
Very good. Now, tell me a little bit about your work experience. I see here that you previously worked at Oracle.
Yeah, I worked as their customer support manager, which brought me a breadth of experience in both client care and process management. I supervised and coordinated the customer support team as well as implemented new strategies to achieve better customer satisfaction.
Interesting.
Yes, in this position, I was able to make some pretty significant contributions to the overall success of the company. With the different initiatives that we implemented, we lowered our churn rate to about 5%, which had a direct impact on revenue.
Well, those are some pretty good answers to those questions, but I don't know, Marco.
There was a little awkward moment. I don't know if you guys heard it. Natural body... What's it called?
Functions.
Functions.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, dear.
well, making the interview a little bit more interesting, right? It doesn't have to be boring.
Exactly. But what is really interesting is some of the language he used to describe his educational background and work experience. So let's look at that now in Language Takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, so in language takeaway today, we have 7 words that we want to focus on before we give you some tips about doing well on a job interview. So let's take a look at the first word. Course of study.
Course of study.
Course of study.
A course of study.
So what is a course of study exactly?
Basically, it's like a plan of study or a path of study.
Okay, so his course of study was...
Business administration.
Exactly, so that is his course of study. Now let's take a look at our second word. Track.
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 So he said he wanted to gain some practical, markable skills that the information management track provided.
Exactly.
So what does he mean by this track?
Again, basically, if the track of study is like the path of study.
Okay.
So the direction of your study.
Okay, so I guess it would be like, think of a train and the train tracks, right?
Exactly.
Where the train travels. So that's where it's taking you. That's the path that he followed or you should follow or you want to follow.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Now let's take a look at our third word, and it's a really nice conjunction. Hence.
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 H-E-N-C-E. Hence.
Hence. So it sounds fancy, but
Yes.
what
Really
does it
simple.
mean?
So. Therefore. Yeah.
Right. So you can use it as a conjunction between 2 ideas. So he said, what would be an example of how you could use hence?
You could say the economy is doing poorly, hence people are losing their jobs.
Okay. Hence. So therefore, in consequence.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
But it just sounds a lot more like professional.
Formal.
Formal.
Yeah.
Okay. So try and use this conjunction hence, right? Instead of saying so, therefore.
Yep.
Use it. Okay. Our fourth word.
Pursued.
Pursued.
He pursued a master's.
Okay. So to pursue.
To chase after something.
To chase
Rawr.
after. So you can pursue a master's degree like he did.
Yes, you can pursue a promotion.
A dream.
Nice one.
Can you pursue a girl?
Yes, you can.
All right. So pursue to chase.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's look at our next word. Strive.
Another great word you can use when talking about your experience. To strive is to try really hard.
To try really hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know we have some examples for strive.
Yeah, let's take a listen.
Example 1. At our company, we are always striving to improve our services. Example 2. He really strived to get a new job and his work paid off.
Okay, great examples of strive, to fight, to try really hard.
Yep.
All right. Okay, now the next word, I didn't really know what it meant, so this is really interesting. Breadth.
Breadth.
So it's kind of like saying bread, but adding a TH at the end.
Yeah.
Breadth.
Breadth of experience.
Okay, so this basically means it's wide.
Exactly. So when you have a great breadth of experience, you have a wide variety of experience.
Okay, so maybe in different fields or in different jobs. So
Yep.
you can have experience like in marketing and in a little bit in finance and a little bit in management.
Yes, a breadth of experience.
All right. All right. And now for the last word, it's actually 3 in 1.
A 3-in-1 deal.
A 3-in-1 deal. That actually they are very related.
Okay.
Right? So when he talked about his work experience, he was saying he supervised and coordinated the customer support team.
Okay, so he watched over, right? And made things work together well.
To coordinate.
Yes.
So these are really great verbs that you can use when you're talking about your job responsibilities.
Yes.
I supervised.
I coordinated.
And he used another really great one that said to implement.
To implement, to make something happen, to put it in place.
Right? So he implemented new strategies.
Implemented new policies.
Okay. To set in action.
Exactly.
All right. So a lot of great vocabulary, a lot of great stuff, and well, you can use it for when you are at a job interview. So let's listen to this dialogue again. And when we come back, we're going to give you some tips so you'll do well in this part of the job interview.
Thanks for coming in today. Did you have any trouble finding us? Please, take a seat.
Thank you.
So, let's get started. tell me a bit about your educational background.
Sure. Well, I graduated with honors from Chesterton University with a major in business administration with a specialization in information management, and I minored in psychology. I chose this course of study for two reasons. I wanted to gain some practical marketable skills, which the information management track provided, and I also feel that the interpersonal skills are essential for professional success, hence the minor in psychology.
Interesting. And your postgraduate studies?
Well, I am really passionate about consumer behavior, so I pursued a master's in that area. I also strive to keep my professional skills current, so I continuously attend seminars and conferences related to management and customer service.
Very good. Now, tell me a little bit about your work experience. I see here that you previously worked at Oracle.
Yeah, I worked as their customer support manager, which brought me a breadth of experience in both client care and process management. I supervised and coordinated the customer support team as well as implemented new strategies to achieve better customer satisfaction.
Interesting.
Yes, in this position, I was able to make some pretty significant contributions to the overall success of the company. With the different initiatives that we implemented, we lowered our churn rate to about 5%, which had a direct impact on revenue.
All right, well, I want to talk about two main things. And the first thing I want to talk about is how you address this question about your educational background. Like, what is the interviewer looking to find out?
Okay, perfect. So when you are talking about your educational background, you shouldn't only talk about your college degree, right?
Yep.
You should also talk about any type of training that you've had.
Yeah, I think it's really important to let the interviewer know that you're continually trying to update your skills and improve your knowledge. So any sort of courses or seminars that you might attend, this is a great chance to highlight those.
And that's what the interview is looking for, right?
Also, any trade publications, any magazines that you read related to your job is a great way to sort of highlight your desire to keep learning.
Well, I think that's really important because it's good that you went to a good university, you got this degree and everything, but continuously training yourself, and maybe just by listening to business podcasts or reading specific magazines or stuff like that, that is demonstrating that you care about what you do and that you are continuously learning, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so those are the main things to talk about in your educational background. Now, when this work experience question pops up, what should you really say?
When you're answering this question, I think there's something really important to keep in mind.
And what's that?
You want to make sure that you're being as specific as possible, right?
Right, so giving examples of what you've done.
Like really specifically what you did, all of the sort of the main achievements you have.
Okay, so like for example, we saw in our dialogue that he talked about specific strategies that he implemented to improve customer support in that company.
Right, and he gave some numbers.
Right, he said, yeah, he lowered the churn rate to about 5%.
So it's so important whenever you can attach a number to your success or your achievement, to be able to do that in the interview really demonstrates your achievement.
Yeah, I think that's really important. And another thing when you're talking about previous jobs is make sure you keep it on a positive note, right? Even if your experience was not very good or you didn't like the company or you had problems, you should avoid talking about that and always keep it on a positive note.
Right. So if the interviewer asks you why you want to join this company, why you're looking to leave your current job, you want to give these positive reasons.
Right. You don't want to say, well, because my boss was a jerk or I didn't like the company anymore. Yeah. You should answer it with something positive like, well, I think I need a change, or this job opportunity is more aligned with what I want to do in the future, etc. Yeah, so positive always on your interviews, and just, again, prepare for these questions that are always going to be there.
Yes.
So, Erica, I know that you've done a lot of interviews, and I understand that you've had a really weird question.
Yes. In an interview, I once got this question. If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Really?
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I really was asked that question.
What did you answer?
I think I said that I would want to be a willow tree because they're really beautiful.
Was that the right answer?
I don't know. Like, what are you supposed to answer to that question? I really don't know what the right answer was.
Well, some people, yeah, they'll ask you just, I don't know, random questions just to see what your response is. I think also maybe it's just how you deal with the pressure
or with the unexpected questions.
Right. So it's like that is pretty unexpected though. But I guess you handled it pretty well.
Okay. Well, I mean, I got the job. So
nice. All right.
All right. I want to know from our listeners if they were a tree, what kind of tree they would be.
Yeah. And also tell us about, well, your job experience or your educational background. Well, I know, for example, that I've had a lot of different types of jobs. I've even been that person that gets on the bus and charges people the money.
I know.
It's
you've had every job under the sun.
So, but it's great. So tell us, what's the weirdest job you've had? What's the craziest or the best job? Or any experiences?
Yes.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. The history of the education you've had.
Educational background.
With special recognition for receiving very high marks.
With honors.
The main field of study in an undergraduate degree.
Major.
A limited area of study.
Specialization.
To have a secondary area of study in an undergraduate program.
Minor.
The combination of courses taken in a degree program.
Course of study.
Course of study.
Track.
Master's or PhD, education above the bachelor's degree level.
Postgraduate.
For that reason.
Hence.
Try to do something over a longer period of time.
Pursue.
Try hard to do something.
Strive.
A wide range or scope of something.
Breadth.
Important and large enough to have a noticeable effect.
Significant.
Adding or giving something.
Contribution.
University education.
Tertiary education.
Take the chance to do something before others do.
Take initiative.
Make something different in a special way.
Distinguish.
A good quality or feature that someone has.
Attribute.
Examine something in a careful and critical way.
Scrutinize.
Let's try that faster. Take the chance to do something before others do.
Take initiative.
A good quality or feature that someone has.
Attribute.
To have a secondary area of study in an undergraduate program.
Minor.
With special recognition for receiving very high marks.
With honors.
The history of the education you've had.
Educational background.
Try to do something over a longer period of time.
Pursue.
Course of study.
Track.
Master's or PhD, education above the bachelor's degree level.
Postgraduate.
For that reason.
Hence.
University education.
Tertiary education.
Adding or giving something.
Contribution.
The combination of courses taken in a degree program.
Course of study.
The main field of study in an undergraduate degree.
Major.
A limited area of study.
Specialization.
Try hard to do something.
Strive.
Important and large enough to have a noticeable effect.
Significant.
Make something different in a special way.
Distinguish.
Examine something in a careful and critical way.
Scrutinize.
A wide range or scope of something.
Breadth.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Course of study. I chose this course of study because it offers a wide range of work opportunities. Course of study. I want to change my course of study before the next semester starts. Course of study. My sister didn't choose her course of study. My parents decided for her. Pursue. They wanted to pursue their dream of traveling around the world, but it didn't happen. Pursue. My mother wants me to pursue a career in law. Pursue. You should really pursue that master's degree. It would really help your career. Strive. If you want to be successful, you must strive to achieve your goals. Strive. We strive to bring you outstanding customer service. Strive. Our company always strives to make our products better and better. Hence. The project was a complete failure. Hence, the project manager was fired. Hence. The project was postponed for 3 months, hence the delay in delivery. Hence. I never studied for my exams, hence my low marks.
Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word. The history of the education you've had.
Educational background.
With special recognition for receiving very high marks.
With honors.
The main field of study in an undergraduate degree.
Major.
A limited area of study.
Specialization.
To have a secondary area of study in an undergraduate program.
Minor.
The combination of courses taken in a degree program.
Course of study.
Course of study.
Track.
Master's or PhD, education above the bachelor's degree level.
Postgraduate.
For that reason.
Hence.
Try to do something over a longer period of time.
Pursue.
Try hard to do something.
Strive.
A wide range or scope of something.
Breadth.
Important and large enough to have a noticeable effect.
Significant.
Adding or giving something.
Contribution.
University education.
Tertiary education.
Take the chance to do something before others do.
Take initiative.
Make something different in a special way.
Distinguish.
A good quality or feature that someone has.
Attribute.
Examine something in a careful and critical way.
Scrutinize.
Let's try that faster. Take the chance to do something before others do.
Take initiative.
A good quality or feature that someone has.
Attribute.
To have a secondary area of study in an undergraduate program.
Minor.
With special recognition for receiving very high marks.
With honors.
The history of the education you've had.
Educational background.
Try to do something over a longer period of time.
Pursue.
Course of study.
Track.
Master's or PhD, education above the bachelor's degree level.
Postgraduate.
For that reason.
Hence.
University education.
Tertiary education.
Adding or giving something.
Contribution.
The combination of courses taken in a degree program.
Course of study.
The main field of study in an undergraduate degree.
Major.
A limited area of study.
Specialization.
Try hard to do something.
Strive.
Important and large enough to have a noticeable effect.
Significant.
Make something different in a special way.
Distinguish.
Examine something in a careful and critical way.
Scrutinize.
A wide range or scope of something.
Breadth.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Course of study. I chose this course of study because it offers a wide range of work opportunities. Course of study. I want to change my course of study before the next semester starts. Course of study. My sister didn't choose her course of study. My parents decided for her. Pursue. They wanted to pursue their dream of traveling around the world, but it didn't happen. Pursue. My mother wants me to pursue a career in law. Pursue. You should really pursue that master's degree. It would really help your career. Strive. If you want to be successful, you must strive to achieve your goals. Strive. We strive to bring you outstanding customer service. Strive. Our company always strives to make our products better and better. Hence. The project was a complete failure. Hence, the project manager was fired. Hence. The project was postponed for 3 months, hence the delay in delivery. Hence. I never studied for my exams, hence my low marks.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and we have a very fun lesson for you today.
That's right, we're going to talk about toys. So we're going to actually take a look at a lot of different types of toys, and we're going to be listening to a couple of commercials.
That's right. So we've got 2 children who are watching TV, and they're listening to a number of different commercials. So we're going to learn about some of these very popular products in a moment. Let's first listen to our dialogue.
SpongeBob SquarePants will be right back after these brief messages. What's that on the horizon? A pirate ship. Raid villages and find buried treasure with this new Pirates Lego set. Build the ship and decide who rules the sea. Arr!
Cool!
The new Play-Doh Sparkling Brights Precious Gem Press. Make large, colorful gems for you and your friends with 5 special molds. Comes with the new Sparkling Brights Play-Doh compound in 4 new colors. Treasure chest sold separately.
Wow, Mommy! Can I get that for my birthday?
Wolverine, Jean Grey, Rogue, and Professor X. Collect all 4 of these special edition collectible X-Men action figures and decide the future of the mutants in our world.
No way! I want Professor X!
The new Collector's Edition Nursery Rhymes Porcelain Dolls. Little Bo Peep comes with her own shape and staff. Her clothes are made with the finest fabrics and real Italian lace, and her face has been hand-painted by our finest artists. Only $199.
Ooh, she's pretty! I've never had a porcelain doll before. I doubt Mom and Dad will get you that for your birthday. She costs a pretty penny. Plus, you'd most likely break her.
What is better than a board? What is better than 1 board game? 3 board games in 1. Enjoy playing chess and checkers on this side of the board. But if you're looking for some more fun, flip it and play the classic game of Sorry.
That's ingenious! Why hasn't anyone thought of that before?
Now you can take SpongeBob SquarePants wherever you go with the new SpongeBob SquarePants glow-in-the-dark yo-yo. And now, back to our show.
All right, we're back. So a lot of great toys, and actually it's very popular that while maybe you're watching cartoons, you get a lot of these commercials that are selling you all types of toys.
Absolutely, because normally children watch cartoons and children like toys, so it makes sense.
Exactly. So why don't we take a look at 6 keywords that we have for you on language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Okay, Marco, so what's the first word we're looking at here today?
All right, we have actually a brand, a very famous type of toy. They're called Legos.
Legos. So Legos.
Legos.
So Legos are basically little pieces that you put together to build things.
Yeah, they're like little blocks.
Okay, so when you see them, they don't look like anything.
Yeah.
But as a child, you get to create anything you want.
So Legos have become very famous. They have like special types that you can recreate, maybe a spaceship from Star Wars, a pirate ship, a lot of different types now.
Okay, so the one in today's commercial is pirate Legos. So they're building a pirate ship.
Exactly, Legos. All right. And the next toy that we have is also a proper noun. It's a brand, and it's called Play-Doh.
Play-Doh. Okay, so play like playing with something, playing basketball. But Play-Doh is...
It's like clay, right?
It's like clay, but it's made out of flour, I think, and you can shape it into anything you want. So when I was little, I used to make Play-Doh animals. You know, you could make a ball, and then you make another ball, and then all of a sudden you have a cow.
Right, so it's a very soft texture type of a material that you can mold. You can give it different shapes, and that's what we call Play-Doh. Obviously, as you say, it's safe for children. I think it's made out of some flour,
salt and
salt,
flour.
yeah.
And I think a lot of children sometimes eat this, so it's pretty safe for kids.
Right. So yeah, that's Play-Doh. It's a proper noun, and I guess everyone just calls it Play-Doh. So this is the toy that we're talking about. Now, moving on, we are talking about the X-Men: Wolverine, Jean Grey, Rogue, Professor X, and all of these come in little statues that we call action figures.
All right. So what you're talking about here are obviously the X-Men, Marco. And X-Men, there are many different kinds of X-Men. You have, like you said, Wolverine, who's maybe one of the most famous, and Rogue. But when you collect these little statues, these little dolls, they're called action figures. So a figure is like a kind of doll.
Right. So the X-Men is just an example. You have action figures of all sorts of cartoons or movies. Star Wars action figures are very popular.
Right. Or G.I. Joe action figures are very popular as well.
That's right. So they're little toy statues that children play with. All right, moving on. Now we have an adjective, a way to describe the X-Men.
That's right. So the X-Men, as you know, are not normal people. They have special powers. Some X-Men can fly. Wolverine has animal abilities. He can use his long claws. So these are mutants. That means that they were humans, but something changed in them, and it makes them have these special powers.
Okay. So a mutant is maybe a person that has special powers, like as you say, Wolverine and all these types of X-Men. But I guess taking maybe a look at the verb mutate, that means
to change.
To change, right?
Okay. So to mutate is to change. So we could say, I found a frog that had 3 legs.
Okay.
So it clearly mutated because normally frogs have like 4 legs.
Exactly. You see that sometimes with chickens that maybe have 2 heads or something like this.
These are mutants.
Okay.
They have mutated.
Okay, very good. And now moving on to our dolls. They were talking about these beautiful porcelain dolls.
Okay, so let's talk about porcelain, because I think everyone knows what a doll is, but porcelain is a special kind of doll, right?
Right, it's a material. And usually you can find this material very commonly in your plates.
All right, so it's not clear, it's not glass.
No.
It's colored, it's normally whitish, and very, very fine, very pretty.
So you call it porcelain. I guess it's a type of ceramic, right?
That's right.
Okay. So yeah, you have porcelain dolls. Many people also have very fine china that you call it, like dinner plates.
Or teacups.
And those are usually made of porcelain. All right. And finally, they were talking about a game that has 3 games in one. And one of the kids said, wow, that's ingenious.
Ingenious. This is a great word. Makes you sound really fluent. So ingenious basically means clever.
Right.
It's a really good idea.
It's very clever, good idea, yeah. So if something is ingenious, it's just, wow, it's very creative.
For example, I have a pair of gloves, but on the fingers, sometimes I can pull a cover over them and they turn into mittens. Right? I think it's ingenious.
You have gloves and mittens.
I have gloves and mittens all the time.
All right. So a lot of interesting words there, a lot of specific toys and particularly brands that you may or may not know. But why don't we go back and listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back with Fluency Builder. SpongeBob SquarePants will be right back after these brief messages. What's that on the horizon? A pirate ship! Raid villages and find buried treasure with this new Pirates Lego set. Build a ship and decide who rules the sea. Har!
Cool! The new Play-Doh Sparkling Brights Precious Gem Press. Make large, colorful gems for you and your friends with 5 special molds. Comes with the new Sparkling Brights Play-Doh compound in 4 new colors. Treasure chest sold separately.
Wow, Mommy! Can I get that for my birthday? Wolverine, Jean Grey, Rogue, and Professor X. Collect all 4 of these special edition collectible X-Men action figures and decide the future of the mutants in our world.
No way! I want Professor X! The new Collector's Edition Nursery Rhymes Porcelain Dolls. Little Bo Peep comes with her own sheep and staff. Her clothes are made with the finest fabrics and real Italian lace, and her face has been hand painted by our finest artists. Only $199. Ooh, she's pretty. I've never had a porcelain doll before.
I doubt Mom and Dad will get you that for your birthday. She costs a pretty penny. Plus, you'd most likely break her.
What is better than a board? What is better than one board game? 3 board games in one. Enjoy playing chess and checkers on this side of the board. But if you're looking for some more fun, flip it and play the classic game of Sorry.
That's ingenious! Why hasn't anyone thought of that before? Now you can take SpongeBob SquarePants wherever you go with the new SpongeBob SquarePants glow-in-the-dark yo-yo. And now, back to our show.
Okay, so the first phrase here in Fluency Builder is a really important one for anyone who's buying anything because you often see this phrase on packages or you hear it in commercials.
Right. As you saw in the Play-Doh commercial, the guy said, treasure chest sold separately.
Okay, sold separately. That means the treasure chest is not included. You have to buy it extra.
As you say, you usually see it in packaging as well. Maybe you buy a toy car, and at the bottom it will say batteries sold separately.
That means there are no batteries in the box. You have to buy batteries extra.
Exactly. So that's what the phrase sold separately means. It indicates that it's not included in the product that you are buying. All right, now moving on again to the action figures and the dolls. We saw this very interesting way of describing them. For example, the action figure said, special edition collectible X-Men action figures.
Okay, special edition. This is really important, and it's very common, I think, with special toys or action figures or even baseball cards. Special edition means that they're produced specially on one occasion, at one time. They're not always produced.
Right. So, for example, if you have, like you say, baseball cards or maybe action figures, they're produced normally, but then a limited amount, a special type of the same action figure will be produced. So that's a special edition, or also commonly known as a collector's edition.
All right. So some people collect stamps, stamps for letters that you send. And I know many countries like America offer special edition or collector's edition stamps. These are produced once, and usually they mark a special occasion. Like the Olympics in 1996, we had special edition stamps.
Right. So these special edition objects are usually not used. They're for collectors, like the name says, right? Collector's edition.
Right. So you plan to sell them later on, or you collect them for yourself. They're not normal.
Right. They usually go up in value because they're very limited.
That's right.
Okay. So collector's edition, special edition. And now when they were talking about the porcelain dolls as well, it's pretty expensive, right? Almost $200.
That's a really expensive doll.
And so one of the kids said, you know what? I think Mom and Dad won't buy you that because it costs a pretty penny.
A pretty penny. This does not mean that the penny is beautiful.
Right. A penny is a 1-cent coin in the United States.
That means it's very, very low in value, the coin. But a pretty penny is actually the opposite. It means it's very expensive.
So how would you use this in another example?
I've always wanted to buy a Ferrari, but man, Ferraris cost a pretty penny.
Okay. So you have to add the word cost before you say pretty penny, right?
That's right. You can't say it is a pretty penny. You have to say it costs a pretty penny or...
It's worth a pretty penny.
Exactly. It's worth a pretty penny.
Okay. Very good. And for our last phrase, I think this one is a very good phrase because it describes a lot of different toys that glow in the dark. Glow in the dark toys.
Okay, so something that glows in the dark, the verb here is to glow, means that it can be seen even when it's dark. Okay?
Right.
So, for example, when I turn the lights off and I can see this yo-yo in my room, that means it's glow in the dark. It has light even in the dark.
Right, so there are a lot of different toys and things like this. Usually glow-in-the-dark toys, they have a green glow, right? They look green in the dark.
I used to have stars. So they were stickers, star stickers, and I put them on my ceiling so that when I was in bed, I could look at them, and they were glow-in-the-dark. So when the lights were off, I still had stars.
You can still see them, right? So yeah, glow-in-the-dark, it's a way of describing an item, an object that you are able to see in the dark. All right. right, so that's all we have for you on language. All right, so that's all we have for you on Fluency Builder. Why don't we go back, listen to the dialogue one last time, and we'll be back to talk some more.
SpongeBob SquarePants will be right back after these brief messages. What's that on the horizon? A pirate ship. Raid villages and find buried treasure with this new Pirates Lego set. Build the ship and decide who rules the sea. Arr!
Cool!
The new Play-Doh Sparkling Brights Precious Gem Press. Make large, colorful gems for you and your friends with 5 special molds. Comes with the new Sparkling Brights Play-Doh compound in 4 new colors. Treasure chest sold separately.
Wow, Mommy! Can I get that for my birthday?
Wolverine, Jean Grey, Rogue, and Professor X. Collect all 4 of these special edition collectible X-Men action figures and decide the future of the mutants in our world.
No way! I want Professor X!
The new Collector's Edition Nursery Rhymes Porcelain Dolls. Little Bo Peep comes with her own sheep and staff. Her clothes are made with the finest fabrics and real Italian lace, and her face has been hand-painted by our finest artists. Only $199.
Ooh, she's pretty! I've never had a porcelain doll before. I doubt Mom and Dad will get you that for your birthday. She costs a pretty penny. Plus, you'd most likely break her.
What is better than a board? What is better than 1 board game? 3 board games in 1. Enjoy playing chess and checkers on this side of the board. But if you're looking for some more fun, flip it and play the classic game of Sorry.
That's ingenious! Why hasn't anyone thought of that before?
Now you can take SpongeBob SquarePants wherever you go with the new SpongeBob SquarePants glow-in-the-dark yo-yo. And now, back to our show.
All right, so talking about toys, these are really interesting toys. Are there any specific toys that you had when you were growing up or that you really, really liked?
I had an amazing Brio train set. Okay, this is when I was young, and a train set is basically like Legos with trains. So you build a track, and you push the train around the track. And so I used to have a track that was as big as the living room. And my challenge, my goal was to use every single piece.
Wow.
Which is very hard because some pieces don't fit with other pieces. And so that was my favorite toy because I got to be very creative.
And then you would turn on the train and it would go away.
It wasn't electric.
Oh, it wasn't
so
electric.
I had to push it myself.
Ah, okay.
What was your favorite toy?
Actually, when I was growing up, I used to collect little toy cars. I had a
Surprise.
lot of... I used to have a lot of little toy cars, and I even had a little special, I don't know, like a box for them when you can, so I could see them. And then as time went on, I got to collect the scale cars, you know, the ones that are 1 to 10, 1 to 4.
Did you build them or did you buy them made?
No, usually I bought them made. I actually tried the whole building model cars, model airplanes, but it's so hard.
Very hard. Even adults have a hard time with that.
It's very difficult. So I don't know what type of kid actually does that when they're growing up. But yeah, so many toys out there. So many people collect them, play with them. You have childhood toys that you're very fond of. So that's what we want to know. What type of toy did you grow up with? What did you like to play with when you were a kid?
Or if you have kids, what toys do your kids like? Because we're not too familiar with toys these days. We'd be curious to hear about those.
That's right. So we want to hear from you. Come to EnglishPod.com and we'll see everyone there.
Bye.
Bye. The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
A container used to give its shape to something. Mold. Considered valuable by collectors. Collectible. A posable plastic figurine of a character. Action figure. A kind of toy. Yo-Yo. An animated television series. SpongeBob SquarePants. A toy set of Lego. Pirates Lego set. A group of similar things that belong together. Set. A fictional superhero team. X-Men. A modeling compound used by children. Play-Doh. A chest filled with valuables. Treasure chest.
Let's try that faster.
A chest filled with valuables. Treasure chest. A fictional superhero team. X-Men. Considered valuable by collectors. Collectible. A container used to give its shape to something. Mold. A modeling compound used by children. Play-Doh. A group of similar things that belong together. Set. An animated television series. SpongeBob SquarePants. A posable plastic figurine of a character. Action figure. A kind of toy. Yo-yo. A toy set of Lego. Pirate's Lego set.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
Set. The little girls took out their tea set and had a tea party. Set. This Lego set comes with 5 men, a dragon, and 2 horses. Set. Own all 3 sets of exotic toy animals and create your own zoo. Mold. He pressed the Play-Doh into the mold. Mold. She poured the cake batter into the cake mold and then placed it in the oven. Mold. He gently lifted the mold off of the sand and smiled at the sandcastle he had made. Collectible. I keep this doll on the shelf in its original box because it is a collectible doll. Collectible. I have a lot of collectible items, such as baseball cards and model airplanes. Collectible. Every year for my birthday, my uncle gives me a collectible coin. Action figure. This action figure can shoot a laser from its arm. Action figure. My sister has several Toy Story action figures. Action figure. The actress thought it was weird to see her face on her character's action figure. Yo-yo. This guy in my school does crazy tricks with his yo-yo during recess. Yo-yo. She looped the string around her finger, threw the yo-yo, grabbed the string several times, and performed a trick. Yo-yo. The only thing I know how to do with a yo-yo is how to throw it.